Guys, have you ever been trying your hardest to get to your fitness goal, or really any goal in life, but as you try, you made just one mistake, one slip up, maybe you ate the wrong thing one time, you skipped the workout one day, and you found that one mistake seemed to destroy everything that you had going for you. If that's happened to you before, then today's story, today's Fit Friday, is a story that will resonate with you. Stick around and check it out. Hi guys, it is Dr. Cody Dukes, and we are back again for yet another video. Now you already know what to do. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading 5 videos a week. That is one every single weekday. I do motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist. I look at things like sports and movies, anime, TV shows, game shows, cartoons, superheroes, you name it. I try to find the motivational aspect and deliver it to you in a way that you can take it and use it for your everyday life so that you can be great. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and let's take this journey. Now with that out of the way, you guys already know what today is. It's Fit Friday. And being Fit Friday, that means that we look at more fitness and health related content. I try to share with you some of the things I did to go from almost 300 pounds down to where I am now, which is about 160. 165 on a bad day. But on today's Fit Friday, I wanted to cover a recent story in the sports world. If any of you follow sports, if you follow the NFL, you might have heard about a recent story about a young man who got into some trouble. And I wanted to talk about this story because I am an Alabama fan. Roll Tide. I mean, college football, University of Alabama. I support the Tide. And since I'm an Alabama fan, I tend to support their players when they go on to the NFL to try to follow them. Hopefully they have great careers because that reflects back well on the university, which means the university will likely do better in recruiting when the players go on and do well in the NFL. So that's why I follow them. But the reason I'm bringing any of this up is because the man that I'm talking about today and the story that I'm talking about is surrounding a former Alabama Crimson Tide receiver. And that man is Henry Ruggs. Now, if you guys haven't heard the story, Henry Ruggs was out apparently and allegedly drinking and driving under the influence, and he was driving really fast, and he ended up getting into an accident, and he ended up killing someone in the process. And it's a very sad story, and I feel heartbroken, not only especially for the victim and their family, but also for the young man Henry Ruggs, because if you've followed his career at all, and if you've been watching him, you'll know that up until this point in his career, he has basically flown under the radar in terms of popping up on headlines, right? But the entire time he was in college, he waited his turn. And then when he finally got a chance to be a starter his sophomore year, along with his other freshmen, well, not freshmen, but in the same class as him receivers, when they all kind of became stars at the same time, you never heard stories about him getting in trouble. You never heard stories about him struggling with grades. He showed up to play. When he was healthy, he always showed up to play. He played hard. He ran play. When it came time for last year's draft, this guy was the first receiver taken in the draft. He was taken in the first round. which is an honor within itself to be taken in the first round, but to also be the first player in his position taken, it's an honor. And so up to this point, it seemed like this guy had pretty much done everything right. He had been good, he had been a star, but he had never gotten in trouble. And then he gets into the NFL. He's having a pretty decent career. He's slowly coming along. He had an okay rookie year. He's trying to, find himself on the Oakland Raiders. And so he had been doing everything right. You didn't hear about him getting in trouble in the NFL either. But then this happened. The news breaks that this accident happened. He was under the influence. Someone died. And as soon as the news breaks, next thing that happened, he gets dropped from his team. They release him. It's a foregone conclusion that he's going to have to do some form of incarceration, some jail time. One mistake in this guy's life seems, and I say seem because, people come back from worse. But it seems like this man made one mistake in everything that he had worked so hard for. All the years he spent not being a problem, all the years he spent showing up consistently, all the years he spent doing the right thing. He makes the decision to do the wrong thing, as far as we know it, one time. And everything is gone to crap. And the reason that this story is relevant to a Fit Friday is because a lot of us, we get into this cycle of doing the right things, whether it's with our diet or with our workout plan, with our sleep habits, which I talked about last week, whether it's with tracking our micros and macros, whether it's whatever it is, meditation, I don't know, whatever it is, we get into these cycles and we almost get religious about how we stick to it. And then some of us who do everything right for so long, and then one day, I don't know, maybe my body aches a little bit more than normal and just don't feel like working out. Or maybe my brother's having a birthday party out at a restaurant, and I decide to go, and I get around all my family and my friends, and they're eating all this delicious food, and I just wanna taste a little bit of it, right? Or maybe there's some fun event going on in town, and I buy tickets. And I'm out there and I'm enjoying myself, and I look at the time and I know, man, I probably need to go home, because if I don't, my sleep schedule is going to be thrown all the way off and I won't recover. But I'm enjoying myself so much. We do all the right things for so long, but we make one decision to do something different. Then while a lot of people can come back from that, right? A lot of people can do something different and then turn around the very next day and get right back on track. There's a cohort of us who one bad decision generally tends to lead to another, right? I skipped workouts today. And you know what? I don't feel like working out tomorrow either. I eat a piece of pizza today. And you know what? Ooh, some Buffalo Wild Wings sounds great tomorrow. I stay up late today. And That new Squid Game show on Netflix, it'd be nice to be able to binge watch it tomorrow, even if I have to stay up to 3 o'clock to do it. I'm saying that because I stayed up binge watching Squid Game at like 2 o'clock a few days ago. So don't do it to yourself. But my point is that there are some of us that when we're trying to commit to our fitness goals, our health goals, our life goals, just one bad decision can end up destroying the entire program, undo all the progress that we've made. And I want to tell you, because I said earlier that I'm sure for him it might seem like it's over. But I could see a bunch of different ways how he comes back from this and it's not the end of his life. But likewise for us, one bad decision doesn't have to be the end of our fitness journey. We don't have to let one bad decision snowball into 10. You can allow yourself the latitude to do something different every now and then, as long as you commit to doing the right thing as soon as you get done. This is why I'm a proponent of things like cheat days and rest days, and maybe even I don't have a name for this concept, but stay up late days. Like, I'm a proponent for scheduling that type of thing, because when it's a part of the schedule, you've planned for it, and you also have planned to do the right thing as soon as you get done. But if you don't plan for those things and you just do them when it comes to mind, that creates that, I wouldn't call it a habit, but it creates a practice of doing whatever comes to mind, doing whatever you feel like doing. And the thing is, generally speaking, as people, we always tend towards feeling like doing something that isn't the best for us in the long run. We tend towards feel like doing things that are great for us in the moment, right? For example, doing a 14-hour shift is not great for me in the moment because of how tired I'm going to get doing it. But it's great in the long run when you consider the way that money's going to add up when I finally get to payday. Maybe I can do a few extra things that I wasn't planning to do, save a little bit more, invest a little bit more, whatever it may be. It's just a lot of times how we feel in the moment does not generally speaks to what's best for us in the long run. And if you create practices of doing what you feel like in the moment instead of planning things out, you will become a slave to your feelings and what is going on in the moment. So guys, I just want to encourage you. I want you to know that you can make a mistake. You can do the wrong thing every now and then, as long as you plan for it. You can take an extra rest day, as long as you plan for it. But guess what? Even if you don't plan for it, that doesn't mean that it's the end. That just means that you have to be extra committed to turning around and doing what is right. Being aware that you're likely going to feel like doing the wrong thing again the very next day. And you have to be committed to your goals, your health goals, your fitness goals, your plans. You have to be committed to those things, so much so that how you feel does not subordinate what you know you need to do. That's the video, guys. If you have not already, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, like the video. It won't hurt you and it won't cost you anything. It'll help me and I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You'll get notifications anytime I upload videos. And I can tell you now, I upload 5 videos a week. That's one every single weekday. I do motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist, looking at things like sports, movies, anime, game shows, superheroes, you name it. I try to find a motivational message and then I try to package it in a way that you can easily understand it, that you can internalize it, and then implement it into your lives so that you can be great and extraordinary. If that sounds like something that you want to do, guys, this is the channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe. Guys, I appreciate you for sticking around this long. I thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you come back. And until next time, peace.